Welcome, everybody, to the Eighth Man Film Room, the newest feature from the Eighth Man, one of our first video features that we hope to start doing regularly. This is a bit of a test run. We're going to be going deep into game analysis. In this case, we're going to do the Lost Boys Nomads game, the final from the Heroes vs. Villains Invitational. And today you've got myself, Ethan Sturm, managing editor for the Eighth Man, alongside Tyler Walker, also managing editor for the Eighth Man. You ready to do this, Tyler?
Yeah, I got coffee, so we're good.
Yep, that's all we need. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So we're going to do, I guess in this case, the entire game, since it doesn't quite get to 18 minutes. I feel like in the future, we'll probably do the first 18 minutes unless something really interesting happens in the Snitch game, just because there's not that much to analyze a lot of time in Snitch on Pitch. Or if there's things to analyze, they're often not showing up on the camera. So I think we can just kind of start at that. So let's jump right into it with brooms up. If my play button works, turn that volume off.
Okay.
Okay, volume off. Your friend and teammate Jeremy Hoffman at the head ref.
Yeah, he, I think, did an okay job. We're going to talk later about a missed call that he had, but it's fine.
I'm sure we will. So brooms up. We've got Lost Boys Quaffle Control and Nomads Bludger Control.
Yeah.
McCracken
did get to it first, which I'm pretty sure he did like all day.
Right.
So that was no surprise.
No. We can stop and go. So, missed beat there. No, successful beat there, but Bludger Control stays with the throwback. The Lost Boys are not moving the ball, and I don't know if this is more on Jeremy or more on the Nomads for not asking for it, but this should be delay of game. This fits all the criteria of delay of game.
Mm-hmm.
And now Cito is walking these beaters deeper and deeper. And at this point, we'll take a pause in a second. So everybody talks about they're kind of being vertical. Let me get a little better angle on it. There we go. Duran is just getting all up in it. So people talk about there being vertical and there being horizontal beaters. And I really think there's really three sets. You've got vertical, horizontal, and you've got just like turtle beaters. Well, no, I think it's relevantly different because turtle beaters look like horizontal beaters. Like right now, this is what you would think of as horizontal beaters. But when the Lost Boys are playing horizontal beaters, they're playing their beaters up here and all the way out there. Because what the goal of horizontal and vertical is the same. You want to exchange of beats and you and your other beater in the lane, but you can't do that in turtle beaters. You're basically saying, I don't want to make the exchange anymore. And you can see, first of all, McCracken is just out of position as a point defender over here on the right, looking at Cito for no apparent reason. The lane is just wide open. There's no reason that anybody couldn't shoot here. I mean, it looked like they tried to start horizontal, and then Cito just kind of pushed them back, but you can't get pushed back that easily.
Yeah. So the Nomads, I mean, even when they play farther up the field, their entire game plan is rarely to make a throw. It's really to make that drop back because they play with, I think it's Bixler and Wyatt in right now, and then Joel Johnson is the only other beater I think you'll see. So I think defensively their game plan is just to keep control, conserve offense to be able to just attack.
Right.
And then I think they just trust their quaffle players enough to make stops, but I guess the loss was that really didn't work.
For sure. So keep going. So Cito forces throwback, and Duran Allison is literally about 3 feet away from the hoops and throws it through.
Yeah.
And they lost Bludger Control because they weren't paying attention to turtles.
Yep.
They do, I guess. We'll never know what happened there because the camera didn't get there, but it looked like McCracken drove right through, which hypothetically, I guess they beat turtles and then probably beats Cito's Bludger was way far back, so I assume they just got a couple quick beats off there. Substitutions for Lost Boys.
Yeah, which is funny because it's like a minute into the game.
Right, and like sometimes you see people like do like 2 male beater set for. I mean, this could still be an athleticism thing. Obviously, Amanda Turtles is a very athletic female beater. But yeah, so.
I just feel like Jamie's faster, but that's not really. Anyways,
right.
So yeah, again, you see the drop when they get that beat,
right?
And they just have Doug Tran and Jamie Luby just running all over the place.
Yeah.
While the quaffle players get to try to I guess, feast on the Lost Boys Chasers. The Lost Boys Chasers are doing a good job. Like you talked about, edge of legality at best.
Justin Bogart was never getting past Stu Driftfot there. It was just a completely unnecessary drive. That is going to almost work out for some reason. Legal hit there? What do you think? We can go back.
I don't think that's illegal.
I'll bring it back. So we've got Dranhausen here on the left. He's going to run into McCracken. I guess the question is possession before the hit, right? Is kind of what we're looking for. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, they kind of run right behind that assistant ref at the moment of contact, but it looked like he had it and McCracken's hit just knocked it right out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Multiple ARs look for it. Jeremy was like, nope. Stu, no, where is he running there?
So, what I think was happening is...
We're back to it.
And there's potentially two things, I guess. He either is trying to watch Jamie back here, who is... It looks like is going to pretty cleanly get this bludger that she's picking up. So it looks like he's watching her. Okay. Or he's
I'll circle that for the viewers.
What's that?
I'll try to circle that for the viewers because she's kind of she's kind of hidden back there.
Or he's looking back to see if the refs are going to make a call on something, which is the only other thing that makes sense. I'd assume it's the beater thing.
Right. Yeah. But you don't need to go anywhere. Like, Stu is the keeper here, right? He's wearing a green headband?
Yes. Yes, he is.
So all he has to do is stand where he is and nobody can beat him. So he takes off. He doesn't have bludger help. He has... Like, look at this picture. There's just...
Yeah. I mean, granted...
He almost makes this block.
I mean, this isn't really a great throw. If he dips a little bit, I think he dodges it, right?
Right.
And then there's a chaser in front of him, so...
With no angle. She has no angle there. Like, she's not making that hit.
Yeah, so... I can see why he made this move. I think it's risky. Especially considering they do have bludger control, and you were the keeper in that situation. You had zero risk to need to make a run.
Right.
But I mean, if he dodges the beat, it's pretty much a guaranteed goal at this point. He tries to dodge it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think he does dodge it. He just loses the ball, or I can't tell if he got called beat there. I think he blocks it and the ball comes out. That's my best guess. What happened there from the backside?
Okay.
Yeah. More chaser line subs from Lost Boys. They are a quick subbing team for sure.
Yes, I mean they're a deep team. I feel like when you go 21 deep, you should be subbing every 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, that's about a line is going to get in every about 6 to 9 minutes. That makes sense.
No, for sure. Again, they've got them deep, force bludger control. They get McCracken out of the play. Yeah. Easy. Keeper focus here gets a little to the... Stu's a little bit far to... I mean, I guess he's guarding that hoop, but he's got to know where the female chaser is because she's on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Keeper's responsibility. You got mid hoop, shooting hoop, but you also have to watch that female chaser.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing is, what is Nomad's female chaser on our left from our perspective? Where is she guarding? Because
she's
really
covering Bogart right here, right? To the left, behind Hoffman. Hypothetically.
I guess. Okay. She seems maybe it's the angle, but she seems just way too far off to really be guarding anyone.
Right. Again, the Lost Boys are trying to drive through these point defenders from the Nomads, and it's doing nothing for them. At least this time, they turned around and beat the point defender after the exchange.
Right.
But maybe start making those beats before the exchange. Stu did step up, so I wouldn't blame him for the female chaser being open. He stepped up to make the hit, which is the right thing to do, and that's what the Lost Boys are looking to do, create numbers advantages and find passes off of them. Substitutions for Nomads. How do you feel about McCracken ball handling? Do you think he should ball handle for them as much as he does?
I think if it's a situation where you really don't have a drive option, I think he makes sense. He's able to dance around really better than almost anyone I've ever seen.
Right.
and keep like his position still while doing that. So I don't have an issue with him ball handling when you're in an kind of conservative play style. I think he attacks too quickly and puts himself in bad situations.
Right.
I don't think this play is one of those examples. So I think we're about to see. Well, actually, this play is an example of him kind of getting out of chaos because I'm pretty sure Vandy gets like a last-ditch throw and then scores.
Right, because Jamie Luby just won the bludger exchange here, I believe.
Yes.
So now they're going to look to pressure.
Oh, and
this is the card. The card.
Yeah.
Not the strongest call in the world. You can see where it came from, obviously. So
yeah.
We also don't have a great angle here. I mean, that's our best angle, I think.
I mean,
he clearly is high looking at this angle.
Yeah, it affects play. I think at worst, it should have. See, I don't know. At this point, I think the Nomads have a reputation. You don't want the game to get out of hand. I feel like it's not a bad call. It may be a call you make because of reputation, which isn't a good call, but it's keeping the player safe call, right, or something.
Right. What do you think about Luby's path here? She basically ends up behind McCracken.
So I'm pretty sure that. Okay. Pursuit angles are a thing that I don't think anyone's ever talked about in Quidditch.
So let's talk about it. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and it is literally just like trying to line up where their angle is going to go and making like a better angle to cut it off. So instead of literally just following them, like you want to just take a diagonal line, essentially like from where she is to probably like the start of the red bar at the YouTube line, and you just want to cut that off.
They can't see that. I actually have it set in a good way.
Oh,
but
perfect. Yeah.
Basically, under Bogart's feet, basically is where.
Yes,
Tyler's talking about.
And Bogart has to move, so that's a whole issue. But like you're essentially just cornering him into like a section of the field, and especially with the reset line now, I mean that is so much easier to do.
Right.
What I'm more upset about, though, actually, is the fact that they didn't beat McCracken when you're, like, a literal step away from him. Like, yeah, it takes an extra second to, like, make that tap, and he doesn't really have an influence in this play, I think, but you're taking away their best offensive threat away from the play for in a half second play.
Also, where McCracken's eyes are here right now, there's no way he can dodge a beat to his, like, waist section at the moment.
No.
Okay, we'll keep going. So Bogart's going to get a card here, and it's going to be a restart of play. The camera just skips to restart of play with Bogart in the box.
Yeah.
That was fine. Fake pass. Still never got beat. He never got beat in the entirety of this play.
Nope.
Female chaser there went up for the catch with one hand. Yeah. The play was there. The pass was good. You need two hands there if you're going to pull off a catch and release that's actually going to do anything.
So what I've noticed about watching Nomads just in general is they don't really look for like spots to hit. They just make cuts, which is something that I think is, again, like just very underutilized in Quidditch, just like the fact of people knowing how to make cuts.
Right.
So they just make cuts, find spots, and I think they just know each other so well that they're just able to be like in the right place.
I mean, her cut right here, like, she is in perfect. There's no way Justin Fernandez is getting to her. And then, does she cut in the middle? She kind of cuts to the middle. She probably could have just stayed where she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, it's a catchable ball. So if she was dropping it, she was dropping it either way.
Yeah. Also, if I'm right, she did not see a ton of playing time. I think I don't remember her name, but she got injured. I think she did something to her knee in one of the games in pool play. And the female chaser who was in over her was much better. So I think this is like third string, kind of like doesn't see a ton of playing time. I might be wrong on that. But I noticed that she did not play a ton during our games, at least. Right.
And then the makings of the next play you can literally see in this stop cam right now, which is the Nomads are flat-footed and every Lost Boy is in a I'm about to run down the field position, including the beater. And Sheriff Sorrell is in full stride, and McCracken next to him is in no stride, and we're about to see why that matters. Bludger control. Sorrell just nobody covering him. Fernandez is walking. He's like, oh, nobody went down the field. Just a goal that should never happen in a million years, especially when you're the way more athletic team.
Yeah. I mean, if your mark is athleticism, that I think really needs to translate in the transition game. Right. Wow.
And you can argue that they're not a deep team that played a lot of Quidditch on this day, and this is the very end of it. But either way. Just Bogart's doing nothing for our analysis at the moment, sitting in front of the camera. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, Nationals is going to be way more games than this, so I don't know. But no, that's not really analysis. Let's just keep going.
Okay. I was just stopping on this beater exchange for this insane ups on this speed.
Yeah. No, Brian Bixler is an athletic freak. They exchange here, which is, I think, feel like the best situation for Lost Boys here.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's, honestly, yeah. His athleticism really is what's going to set him apart. I think he just needs to, like, learn how to play beater more. And if he had, like, maybe another sub, that would probably help as well.
Right. So, I mean, the issue here is the exchange is perfect for, I mean, obviously you said Lost Boys got about as much as they could, but the exchange is perfect. They have their other beater in full run into the zone but the problem is you can see one chaser behind McCracken, and then I can see, you can't quite see in the video pickup, and I think you can too, Tyler, their keeper's behind him too. Like, they didn't set up the play with their Quaffle players.
No. And I think part of that is just that McCracken is way faster than the rest of his team, or quicker, I guess.
Right.
And so he's off seeing this bludger exchange, while Vandy is behind him is just getting started. Mercedes, it looks like, who's the chaser behind him, is just watching that bludger exchange still. And so, I mean, if you face a decent tackling team, which Lost Boys aren't a bad tackling team, but there are definitely better tackling teams.
Right.
I mean, theoretically, McCracken shouldn't be able to score in this situation.
Right. So he's going to get past Sorrell there. What happened to the other beater? Why was Turtles able to step up freely there?
I think Nomads were just getting control. Because second bludger is behind.
Oh, I thought they had two bludgers. I missaw him there. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Bixler and... Is it Smite?
Yeah, Smite's in the game right now.
Okay. Bixler and Smite traded, and then Joel just went and got to pick up the other two.
But then they didn't get budget control? What happened?
I think Nomads just pressed too hard in that last situation. They kept attacking with beaters.
Sorry. No, it looks like... Did Smythe just outrun him? Like, because right here... So there's two balls in the picture, and the last ball is back behind Joel, right?
Yep.
And Joel picks up. So we'll never know exactly what happened, but it feels like Turtles couldn't do anything with her bludger. There's no reason Smythe should have been coming out of that with bludger control.
Right. Yeah. Well, from that angle, it looks like actually Joel just missed a beat on Smythe, and then he was able to go.
Yep,
go get it.
Yeah, and then, I mean, going off of that exchange is fine if you have passing options, but if it's not, you're literally just going to take an off-bounce mid-range shot, and that's all the Nomads got there. So
yeah, I mean, that's what you look for against a beater. Like, if you want that beater to step, and then it's like an option play in football. Like, you're the one with the ball. You're watching until that beater decides to make a play. If they make a play at you, you need to find someone to kick it out to.
Right.
If they don't make a play at you, then you get to keep driving until realistically they will eventually make a play at you. Right. And yeah, if you don't have those options, I mean, he could have thrown it back to Vandy, but I mean, then you're just kind of restarting in the same position.
Yeah. Lost Boys taking their time. Their beaters not really that interested in trying to beat up Bixler. Mm-hmm. Fernandez is never getting past Vandy here, I feel like. I don't love that shot with bludger control.
No.
Like, I mean, they finally beat out Vandy, which is the right thing, but then they almost lose bludger control here, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fernandez did not wait for his bludgers enough in this game. We're going to see an even more egregious issue with that later, but... with bludger control, you're getting better looks than a 10-foot mid-range shot against an athletic keeper. So
should be. Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
I also really like that Nomads really are not afraid to put anyone up at point. Like Vandy or Stu at the keeper position just don't feel chained to their hoops, which I think is... I don't know if it's an issue. And there are some people who should just be standing on top of their hoops who are that good at like blocking shots. But a lot of people are athletic enough to also play quaffle, and I think that gives your chasers like a break to be able to play like better defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. I saw that from the Nomads. I saw that from Gambits the same weekend. And I think that's hopefully a trend that will kind of continue in Coach's Keeper. Doesn't feel like they need to just be chained to the hoops at all times.
For sure. So Smythe beats the non-ball carrying beater here from Nomads. And
Yes.
like if I feel like my issue with McCracken is he thinks that the first beat is always the time to go.
Yes.
Like nothing's happened here yet. Like Smythe's going to go back and pick up that ball and it's just going to be the exact same set. Turtles is already coming into the middle of the defense. This isn't the time to run. And he runs and everything is covered. Yeah. No reason to press it. Like it's a very college move. Like that's what I always have to like drill out of college teams. Like don't run just like after the first exchange. If it's not there, just like slow it down.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's kind of what I think I was trying to say earlier, is that essentially like that's their game plan though, is to make a hard move somewhere. Theoretically, the defense collapses because the Lost Boys do a little bit, not as much as I think other teams will or do. And then they just find someone open or relatively open and try to have them make an athletic play. And the fact is that at most of the positions, they are more athletic than most people, so it works.
Right.
But I think against smarter teams like the Lost Boys, I think that is just, we're seeing kind of the worst case outcome of that.
For sure. So I think it's Peter Lee just ran down the field with bludger control, clears out everything. Bogart did something with his shot. But it works out because Rashara Sorrell wins the fight to the rebound. Let's go back to the positioning at the time of the shot. Yeah, so again, the Lost Boys trying to, like, McCracken just totals Bogart here, which is why the shot goes just into nothing.
Yeah.
But this ball shouldn't get to Sorrell, I feel like. Vandy's right there. Sorrell has a man with a hand in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just first reactions. And then he draws a foul. So again, it's just that we talked about them being the more athletic team. And hustle plays are things that they should be benefiting from. And instead they give up another goal there on a hustle play.
Yeah. How do you feel about jump shots, jumping and shooting?
I never did it, but my ups are like 5 inches. So. No, but it's really hard to get the right arc for a quaffle while jumping, I feel like.
I just see more, I feel like jump shots like go not into the hoop.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't project the ball the way you want to project the ball.
Right. You can't get as much force behind it. I think if it's something you practice a lot, and maybe Bogey does practice it a lot, but from that, it doesn't look like he does. And then it's hard to like kind of recreate contact that you're going to get. I'm not a big fan of jump shots, especially when you're like getting like wrapped up by someone. I think it usually ends up like with a bad shot. As a defender, I'm like, okay, awesome. Now I'm just going to like kind of push you a little bit, try to like throw off your timing or your power behind the shot a little bit. And theoretically it's going to like miss.
Right.
But I'm old-fashioned that way.
Yep. So we get a foul here. I guess one of my critiques of Jeremy reffing is that he just like wasn't noticing his ARs putting their hands up all game. So you get this whole play while this AR is trying to call a beater foul.
Yeah, because this is on Nomads, and none of this should have happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, but this is kind of the exact play that I think the Nomads really look for over and over again. This doesn't count, but
right. We can go through the play. So
McCracken just drives to the right side, and every player except for Bogart is watching McCracken. Bogart, and he's watching McCracken too, but I think he knows that Vandy's right there. Vandy just makes a more athletic play than Bogart, I believe. Yeah. Gets the ball one step and shot. And I think that's kind of...
Well, first they had to get lucky, and McCracken had to be blocked to a teammate.
Right.
Right. Yeah. No, Bogart eventually, goes over to McCracken. Yep. Yeah, Bogart should not be there. He was in no man's land there.
Yeah.
Like, he was still 10 feet away from McCracken, but also 10 feet away from Vandy.
So then Justin Fernandez had to come over and cover that spot, and it's too little too late.
Right. It's a wide open shot once Fernandez is out of the hoop.
Right.
Okay, so now we've got bludger control, Lost Boys, beater foul, Lost Boys. Should be automatic goal. They run it down. Yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, I mean, it's just where the position of the beaters are at. You can't see it, I don't think, in this shot. But, like, at the opening shot, Jamie Luby is probably 10 feet behind the hoops. I think it's still Peter Lee, I believe. Peter Lee is about 4 steps behind Justin Fernandez, but they just take off. I mean, you know that you score and they get their player back. Yeah, like, I think McCracken's beat out on this side. Their non-mail chaser is to your right and out of position. But you just settle down. You wait for your beaters to come up and give you a lane here in this situation. Right. I just don't think the Lost Boys are good at doing that.
McCracken's not even beat out. He's right there.
Oh, he isn't? Okay. So
yeah. All Peter Lee does is beat the non-mail chaser, and then his ball goes away, and Justin decides he's going to take on McCracken and the entire defense.
Yeah.
So McCracken did get beat. I lied. But yeah. That is not the look you want on a beater power play. Beater power plays should be 95% goals.
So can we go back to right before he takes that shot?
Yeah. You like right at the shot time, right?
Yeah. So like right here.
Yep.
Okay, Bogey's a little bit too close to him. Sorrell is not a bad passing option as well.
It does look like Sorrell's covered right there, though.
Is he covered? Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay, but still, Bogey, if he gets a little more separation, if he moves like even a couple steps out to his right, Justin keeps driving into Bixler. Bixler essentially has to make a decision of what he's going to do, either just like continue to push into his hoops, giving Fernandez a much better shot than, how far do you think this even is out?
So what are we talking about? We're talking about 18 yards from midfield. This has to be like a 8 to 10 yard shot, right?
Yeah. So I think he can get at least a couple more steps in before Bixler even makes a throw or like.
This shot shouldn't be happening until like Bixler's ball should be in the air at the time of the shot. If the shot is what you've settled on, which we've decided you don't need to be doing anyway. Yeah.
But what I would make the play is I would kick it to Bogey when Bixler's ball is in the air. And you get so much leeway. Refs give so much leeway with natural motion.
For sure.
That you have so much time to make that kick to Bogey.
Right.
And now it's realistically, because McCracken probably, if you're running this, right, McCracken can't get back in time. It looks like their non-mail chaser in front of the hoops couldn't cover Bogey. So it's really Bogey on Vandy, which, like, Vandy's more athletic, but against 3 hoops, theoretically you should take, like, most chasers.
Right. I would like Bogey to take a little bit wider arc here.
Yes.
And that way he'd have the option of even going back behind the hoops, which takes away the issue of Bixler beating and the ball coming right back to him. And then he's like trying to drive into that lane. Again, alternatively, they could have just waited for Jamie Luby to come up and get rid of Bixler. Would have been the other option. But no.
Yeah.
Also, Steph Green was not even in the play yet. It was just 3 chasers. Yep. 3 chasers.
Is that how you say your last name?
Yeah.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Either that or I said it wrong for a long time.
Well, one of us is definitely saying it wrong. And it's probably me, so it's fine.
All right. Nomads are... So why aren't the Lost Boys pressing here?
I think maybe waiting for them to cross mid-pitch, which it looks like
to be fair, Peter goes right away once they do.
Yeah. I think, and one thing that it looked like if you watch film, most refs did not call in the West, at least, that I actually haven't seen a ton of refs call in general, is the reset into the keeper zone.
Yeah. Really? They're just not calling it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not a well-marked keeper zone, it's definitely an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I think keeper zones are not well marked. I think a lot of people forget. I honestly forgot when I was reffing one time that it is a thing. I kind of just always default to MLQ and think, okay, it's just the midline. But yeah, keeper zone absolutely. If that starts getting called, I think we're going to see a lot more turnovers, and if teams start realizing it, they should be pressing in a lot of different scenarios.
Right,
but.
So we got a good press there by the Lost Boys. Got the turnover immediately. Admittedly, we can go back a little bit further. So Louis makes the beat right about here. They press, but McCracken decides to go for a jump dodge instead of throwing it to his wide open teammate with a hand up. Which is definitely the bolder play in that moment.
Yeah. We'll move, Cotton.
Admittedly, maybe they had used their midline reset, but I think his teammate is further up pitch than he is.
Yeah, he's definitely... if McCracken isn't across the midline, he's definitely crossed the midline.
Right. But no, goes for the jump dodge, and then throws the bludger away, too.
Yeah.
Jeremy could maybe call that right away just to get the bludgers where they're supposed to be, instead of letting this play out.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I don't have a big issue with it. I do have a big issue with the Lost Boys doing the exact same thing again. Because I think they call the shot no good, right? Am I crazy?
If this is Sorrell's shot, I think Sorrell's shot goes in. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. It looks like it goes in, but I thought I remember them calling it no good. But point is, you don't need to take that mid-range shot. Just clear out beaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now we're back at full strength with everybody. Bludger control still with Lost Boys. Clawful control with Nomads. At this point, the Lost Boys are kind of dominating this game.
Yeah.
Going for the beater exchange. But the Lost Boys are smart there. There's no qualified players in the play, so they just sat under their hoops. Like, no reason. I feel like too many teams give up bludger controls at weird times, and that's just smart play. But it's really simple, smart play by the Lost Boys.
Yep.
They even managed to beat off the other Nomads beater somehow. Bixler definitely didn't get his hand up there early enough. Still turns into a goal after all that. I think we talked about this before, that we both thought this was a McCracken shot.
Yes. And I still think this was a McCracken shot.
Right.
I think it just happened to go to right place. And that's just going to happen sometimes, honestly.
Right. I mean, everything about the Lost Boys defense is properly positioned here. You've got two people next to the hoops. You've got a point defender. You've got the beater exactly where she needs to be. It's just that you have a mismatch at your female chaser against Vandy. And it works out for the Nomads.
Well, actually, now looking at it...
Was it nobody on Vandy? Okay, then that's bad defense. I lied.
So, again, everyone is watching McCracken. The only thing is, you want one of your quaffle players, either Fernandez or Sorrell, jumping out on Vandy. Because, I mean, I think if you have a hand on him, I don't think he catches that. He definitely doesn't catch this cleanly. He doesn't get a shot off, right?
Where's the Lost Boys female chaser in this play?
She, Brennan?
Breen,
okay. Is...
Oh, she up on the wing? Yeah.
She's up there. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Guarding Mercedes. Yeah. So she's on someone.
Yes, she's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
So Bogart steps and Sorrell is slow getting to his man. Yeah, that's the issue. And Sorrell touched his hoops and looked back to ball instead of touched his hoops and went right to the man he's supposed to be covering.
That's just communication. I mean, and that's really comes down to the keeper.
Right, yeah.
Just really, coordinating the defense.
Correct.
But then this is a whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was the right call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Budget control still with Lost Boys. Line shift for Lost Boys in the chaser game.
Face beat by Cito.
Yep. Luby makes his beat. They beat out the keeper, who did steep it out of the keeper zone. But, like, the Lost Boys can't get into their zone.
No.
Which is definitely the reason their defense is held up. Is this another hustle play goal? It kind of looks like it.
No, this is a good pass. This is kind of what I think we were talking about, because it goes to Bogey, right?
Right.
Here.
Right. I don't think we can see in the play for a while. Oh, is that Bogey in the back of the screen there?
Yeah. Bogey's in the back right corner. He makes a cut, gets a decent pass from Fernandez on the ground.
On the ground, for sure.
And then it's Vandy, Mercedes behind, and then Bixler is with the ball behind Vandy. He's a little bit covered. I don't know who this chaser on the left is, right in front of Cito. He's going to make a cut to the small hoop, and
it's Dakota Bloom, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the entire Nomads defense just collapsed on Bogart, and he makes a kick out for a very easy goal.
Right. Okay. So we'll see it here. Yep. He calls for it. In fact, they have multiple people cutting to that same spot. Yeah. It's just the whole team wide open in one spot. Flat-footed female chaser from Nomads, not getting to the spot at all. Nice passing goal. Drew the beat and everything. Yeah, very well-worked goal. Everybody cutting to the spots they need to cut to. Nomads look to run. They get the exchange they want. I don't know. I don't remember if Vandy hit that shot. It's the one downside of watching a game on silent. But I'm fine with that shot. He was pretty close, and there was no bludgers.
So this is the call that I have an issue with on Jeremy.
This is the kick, right?
This is the kick beat, which, like, we were watching this, and it's very obvious that Cito made a bad execution, but, like, was making attempted. Yeah. So, like, it looked bad because he didn't make a good kick, but this 100% should not have been a card, in my opinion. Maybe he didn't see it, his ARs saw it, whatever.
So Nomads win the exchange, and here's Cito running up, and he clearly is trying to kick the ball at Vandy. He doesn't even whiff by that much. Like, the ball goes in Vandy's direction.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't get off the ground, I don't think.
No. It was not the best kick, but the intention was very, very clear.
Yeah. So, and that's a huge card because that's a yellow on Cito that gives you a minute in the box. Right. And Nomads should do a better job pressing. I don't believe they score during this minute, if I'm right.
Right. The Nomads get a little unlucky in that the ball was loose, so they don't get the ball right away.
Right.
So Dakota Bloom's bringing it up. I think, again, to be fair, Vandy's up there stopping them from being forced up. At this point, you just make them walk up. Like, Vandy is giving them more time in their own zone.
Yeah.
In the old days when there was no midline reset, that's fine, but now you just let them cross midline. Even at that, they do everything. Like, their press works out here. They exchange beats with Luby. That's exactly what you want to do. You have your second beater pressure.
Yep.
Everything right on that press. They asked for a card McCracken. I don't think McCracken did anything wrong here. There was just scrum on the ground. But again, this is exactly what we were talking about. Just wait for your beaters when you have a beater power play. Like eventually this is going to reset with them. Like, Bixler's walking back. Their beater is literally going in the opposite direction. McCracken takes off.
So the only thing I will say, and you can't see exactly where Luby is right now,
is that she's not in position at the beginning.
She's not in position. I think she probably doesn't even have a ball at this point when McCracken picks it up. I think she's still running back to get her ball from probably around the soft boundary, behind their keeper zone.
Right. I mean, I'm fine with McCracken going for a drive here. Just pull out when it's not there.
Yeah. She makes a great throw here also, which is why realistically this drive was stopped is because she does make this, I think, from behind her hoops, kind of like full body into a throw.
Yep.
That
it was a great throw. You're right.
Yeah. So, you can definitely make a safer play than McCracken made.
Right.
But I don't.
It's the same thing we were talking about with the Lost Boys. Like, did it almost work out? Yes. Is it the play you needed to make? No.
Yeah.
And that's
my grandpa said.
Yep.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's exactly what my grandpa said. And that's the only possession they get with Cito out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just very unfortunately wasted. Duran's back in the game. Justin played a very long shift. I know he got hurt, and then that's why Duran came back in. But I feel like Duran was effective in a short shift and then didn't come in for a long time, where Justin was making some questionable decisions.
I think at this point, even on a team that does run deep, I think there are just different levels of stamina at this point. And I think I'm assuming that Duran is just more fatigued than the rest of his Guelph players, is my assumption. Maybe, I don't know the Lost Boys pitch really.
How do you feel about this hit on Cito?
Hold on.
It's a tap beat. Yeah. I think it's a tap beat, so I'm fine with it. Yes, his arm was high, but he was throwing a bludger. He wasn't I think it looked worse than it was. Lost Boys being super smart, doing the things Nomads aren't when they're getting pressured. And again, this is the Lost Boys offense kind of in perfect coordination.
Yeah.
So you've got as Duran's, so you can literally see Dakota Bloom on the left side. He's the one who's going to receive the pass at the end of this play. They go on Cito's throw. Perfect timing. Duran's stepping off as Cito's throwing. We lose the play for a second. Dakota runs into a defender, and they're neck and neck on the left there, and he's just going to get a step on him. And Duran sees it the entire time, which is great vision. It's everything you were asking for on that earlier play. Literally everything. Yes. Ball is left just perfectly up for grabs. Yeah, I was very happy with this play.
And realistically, that's how the Lost Boys specifically should be playing. Like, Nomads are a team that I think is like, okay, we can drive through you and we're going to be fine. There's not a ton of people in Lost Boys. Maybe Duran can do it, but, like, Fernandez kind of can. But, like, realistically, this is the team. That should be the team's bread and butter.
Right. I agree. And that's what I was talking about. Like, I thought Duran was really effective in this game, and he just didn't play all that much.
This is a good tackle by Bogey if this is, this is a fantastic grab by Bogey. And you can't really see it at all, but he just uses McCracken's momentum to bring him down. McCracken is just, like, sprinting to the right. Bogey gets, like, an arm around him and just, like, drops the way that McCracken is going, just pulling him down.
Yeah. No, that's not an easy tackle to make at all.
No.
It made it for a very easy cleanup by Cito. Though the fact that Cito is free to make that cleanup makes it wonder if McCracken should have been going in the first place.
Yep, probably. I feel like he... Yeah. We've already questioned decision-making a lot.
That's why I didn't bother to pause and look at it.
Yeah.
Again, the Lost Boys are not moving for a long time. Peter Lee does Peter Lee things. I just feel like I've literally been watching him make that catch for like 8 years.
Peter Lee just cleaning up.
Yep.
Their qualifier players aren't doing a ton, but I mean...
But they don't need to right now.
Right. Yeah, I think they're up 30 or 40 still right now.
Yeah. Get budget control here. Now this is the play. So watch the off-ball options here. So you get the throw here by, I think it's Bixler, right? Throwing?
Yeah.
Onto Lee.
Yeah.
He's going to hit. And he has to chase a little out of the play to get his bludger. So you've got Bloom a little out of the picture on the right with the quaffle. And then Duran is out on the left. You can't see him right now. And you've got McCracken and Stu. And they're all going to crash here when they don't need to because Bixler isn't even out of the play yet. So Bixler's going to pick up this ball. And Dakota's going to start running. And he's literally, like, Bixler is still there. He's making the beat right now. And everybody is crashing onto this one spot.
So, I guess which specific player should have rotated over there? Should that...
So, I guess the question is, why was Stu in left field to begin with, would be the question, I guess.
So, it's kind of what we talked about, and that's a whole other issue, is that you do need to be coordinated. If you're going to let your keeper kind of be unchained, let them essentially be a quaffle player, you do need, like, coordination to talk about how that's going to go. And Stu, is really just in no man's land. I'd assume he thinks...
You mean Nomads land?
Oh, Ethan, it is too early. And so what I would have said happens is when that beat happens on Bixler, Stu drops back into keeper, McCracken jumps out to where Duran is. That seems like the best flood of play, and that cuts off that pass.
Right. So I guess, is Stu on Bogart here? I just went back a few seconds. He doesn't, no, he's not on Bogart. Like, if he's on Bogart, he's on Bogart in, like, name only.
I think he's playing point, and that's the thing is I think he's playing generic point where, like, a typical point defender is going to play, and then he starts ball watching.
But they already have the female chaser on the playing point.
Right, but, like, I'm talking about, like, the typical, like, when you draw up with the hoops, like, where say your point defender is probably going to start, that's, like, essentially, I think, what Stu's doing, and then he just starts ball watching.
Yep.
Which leads to an incredibly easy goal.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Never been more open in his life.
But that's also the right read to make. I mean, that's also important, I think, to point out is, like, you know, we reprimand the Lost Boys earlier for taking bad plays, making bad shots. That's what you should be looking to do. Exactly that. Drive in, get the defense on you, and then kick it out.
Right. No bludger situation here. Nobody on the Lost Boys is stopping him.
No.
I think there was just a missed beat by Peter. And that's, yeah, not much to see there. McCracken's going to score goals if he gets no bludger situations, which is why I don't know why they don't try to force more of them and wait to force more of them. I understand the athleticism angle, but yeah. New chaser in for Lost Boys. I don't know.
New chaser. I don't know who number 18 is, but Ty Rush also comes in for the first time.
Pass there. I like the idea. Probably a little too soft.
Yeah.
There's just no zip
I think
behind
it
his pass.
was maybe kind of a last ditch because he was worried about Stu. I mean, McCracken has his hands on his knees, so like, if this is a harder pass, Ty probably could have scored this, right?
Oh, for sure. Good point on McCracken there. The ball is literally halfway to tie at this point.
Yeah.
And McCracken just looking at him.
Yeah.
Sorry, I made it big on the screen. I apologize, everybody. This might be my favorite keeper coverage I've ever seen. No, but why, if you are scared of Stu here, like, this new chaser is literally trying to set screens for you. Like, come wait for the screen, come around the left, get momentum going towards the pass, and then throw this exact same pass. Instead, his momentum's being carried backwards by Stu, and he just lofts it up. And yeah, it's definitely a goal if that thing has velocity on it. Especially because if you come off that screen, Joel has to step up a step there. And then he's definitely not getting back to cover that pass. Yeah. They force no bludgers again. McCracken scores again. Yeah. I mean, this is how they got back into this game. It was 70-20 at one point, and suddenly it's 70-40.
I mean, but this should be their game plan. Like, I think McCracken's not the only one who can do this on their team. I think Vandy has the ability to do this. Stu, at times, has the ability to do this. They have, like, I don't even know half their names. Larson Price, I think, was a pretty big guy. Like, this should be their game plan, not trying to, like, sprint around bludgers and make last-ditch passes.
Right. But it makes me question, like, the Lost Boys rotation. Like, what? They've basically gone 1-2-1-3 in terms of lines, right? Like, this is a scary time to have 3 on the field.
Right.
Like, the game's getting away from you because you have 3 on the field.
I mean, you have Duran.
Right.
I don't know Ty, like, where he's at exactly. I know he got injured in MLQ Championship, so maybe this is kind of like him coming back. He got snitched in the Kansas game. I don't know. I'm not 100% confident to say this is 3. I haven't really seen 18 play a lot.
Sure.
They got Jamie Luby in, so, I mean, this isn't a bad team, right?
Flips out to the wing here. Turtled bludgers again. So, again, all they should be looking for is that mid-range shot, which Duran has already hit in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Literally beats out both beaters.
Yep.
And they just can't do anything offensively. Yeah.
That's Doug Tran, I believe, also, which is, I mean, just a huge pickup for that Lost Boys team.
Yeah.
Because that just super solidifies their beat rotation as if it wasn't.
As though they didn't already have, like, the best backup beater in the game.
Yeah, right.
Great beat there.
And, again, Jamie Luby makes a great beat.
Yeah, Jamie Luby had herself a game.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can... She's not even, like, where is she?
She's, like, at mid-pitch right now.
Sorry.
And maybe Stu should have taken the shot earlier.
But he has a bad angle for the shot. Like, that center hoop is doing him no favors.
No.
It is, like, backwards and definitely turned a little to the left. Yeah. I don't think you can expect that beat, though.
No.
Or you could be turned towards it to block it, would be the other option.
Then I think you're just kind of like, you're in that situation, you should get double teamed then by the Lost Boys Chasers.
Right.
But
I want to find where Jamie was on this play. Okay, so she's next to the hoop right there. I literally, like, never see her on this play. Oh, there she is. She's over on the left there. Yeah, she came into the play. Big fan of Cito's reaction, too.
And I mean, if nothing else, that's just a huge momentum swing. I mean, that is such, like, you are running down thinking you have such a guaranteed goal, and then...
And it's going to make it 70-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And...
Lights out?
Yep, there it is. Okay.
Alrighty. Alright, so we'll call it quits. So yeah, let us know what you think. If this is a feature you think is interesting going forward, we'll try to keep doing it. And if you have games you want us to do, you can let us know too. Yep. But for everybody who checked it out, thanks for watching our first ever 8th Man Film Room. And Take care, everybody.